guy did Kawhi take and which guy did Paul George take?
You ever heard of great offense?
No.
Trumps.
No.
Good defense?
I want to know the guy in the playoffs that lit Jordan up, that lit Scottie Pippen up. Because that's what they say. They're even better than Scottie and Mike, the two best wing defenders. And KD got 11 of KD shot 20 times, he had 50. But he only shot 13, so he had 28. Kyrie got whatever he want, whenever he want, however he wanted. Walking to the basket on you. Remember last year the conga line that Luka had? And I told you, Skip, baby, I said, Skip, your defense trash. You laughed at me.
Where is Luka now?
I don't know. Worry about Luka. Luka do a Luka thing. But I'm talking about Kyrie dancing on y'all. No, this is not a... You know what? You're not going to believe anything I tell you. I can show you, but I can tell you.
Okay. So I'm going to start with the Nets. Did you not see the best team in the East last night?
Yeah, yes, okay.
I
believe they are the best team.
Let's start with the East.
Yes.
Okay. People said this won't work. They will not fit together. This was the all-time fit game for me because Kevin Durant has low to no ego as far as scoring big points. He's got 2 rings. He's fine with that. He wants a 3rd one a different way. He wants to show Golden State, watch what I can do with the new cast of characters. So he takes 13 shots last night and makes 11 of them. That's absurdly great. And he scores 28 points on 13 shots. Do you know how freakish great that is?
Yeah, I do.
And he says, I'll just take 1 3 tonight, but I'll make that 3. And I'll only get to the line 5 times, but I'll make all 5 free throws. And by the way, I'll chip in with a measly 9 rebounds. But guess who led the team in rebounds?
James
The
Harden.
point guard. He had 11. The point guard had 14 more assists. He's leading, he's running away with the assist title because he's at 11.2 to Russell Westbrook's 9.5. What? It's the perfect fit because I left out the guy who led the team in scoring. Kyrie went crazy. Like, Kyrie's crazy, all right, like crazy great.
Yeah.
You know, he's crazy.
So
great.
which one of them guys did Paul George and Kawhi have?
So Kyrie scored 39. These are the 3 greatest shot-making scorers we've ever seen on one team. The 3 greatest. I don't think it's even close. I know you can go back to Wilt and Jerry West and Elgin Baylor. I got it. But 3. We can do lots of 2s, or we can do lots of 1s. Michael Jordan at the top. Right. But you can't do 3.
No, not 3.
And they're all gifted.
All ball handlers.
Like ball-handling shot makers where they can get their own like that. And they can get it in so many different ways. Kyrie was going globetrotter on him last night. He made a couple of up and under dipsy-do shots at the rim where I said, that's just silly.
But, Skip, I want to ask you a question, Skip. You keep telling me about Kawhi and how great they are defensively. Skip, what good is 800 credit if I can't get a damn loan?
Okay.
I said that because I got 800 credit. I like to think that I could go to some bank, some financial institution, and they give me a loan. Okay. What good is having Kawhi and Paul George if you can't get stops?
Right. I'm not finished with the Nets because the Nets, you've told me, play no defense.
They don't.
And to me, when they want to play, they can play good enough defense.
No.
Yes, they can.
Skip, they hope they miss. I mean, Skip,
No.
they gave up 30 points.
What they did on Kawhi in the 4th quarter last night was special.
Kawhi not a closer.
Well, I told you that.
Okay,
then. Lou Williams, and I don't know what's happened to him. I don't know if he's hit the wall or... I don't know. Is he just lemon pepper
sauce hard to get off? Say once that lemon pepper get on your fingers, it's hard to get off.
Is the ball kind of sticking to your fingers a little bit?
And what about PG?
Okay, so those guys played great offense last night, and yet how can you stop this juggernaut on offense? And when this juggernaut wants to play defense, we've seen it twice this year. We saw it against Milwaukee. They held Milwaukee to 123, and you can laugh about that, but that's good enough to win the game because they won by 2. Last night, they held the Clippers, the team leading the league in three-point shooting and free throw shooting, to 120 points. That will work because you can certainly score 124 even against a pretty good defensive team in the Clippers.
Think about this here. In the James Harden 10 games, the 120 points is the 3rd best defensive game that they've had.
Okay, but they play up and down to level of competition. If it's the Wizards, the COVID-racked Wizards, on some whatever night, Monday night, they're not up for it. They should have won both. They've won every game with James Harden except 2. They lost a game at Cleveland when Kyrie obviously got fouled at the end of regulation. And
when Sexton?
Yeah,
when Sexton, that all-NBA guard went bonkers on y'all?
No, well, he went after the wrong call because they called Kyrie for an offensive foul. He got hammered right against the leg. It should have been two free throws to win the game.
Why were you in that situation?
Okay, because they don't care. They're like, we'll just roll the ball out there and they'll roll.
So are they going to be thinking they can just roll the ball out in the playoffs?
Well, they've still gone 7-2 since James got there.
Yeah.
That'll work. That's tied for the best record in the East since they've been there. Okay.
I mean, look at us. How we doing, Skip?
Okay.
Who got the best record in the West? Who got the best record in the West?
Going into last night, who had the best record in the NBA? I think it's the team in the basement, the Clippers.
Okay, well, who came out of last night with the best record in the NBA?
By default.
They don't be y'all played. You could have kept the best record.
Did you guys have to play at the Nets yet? No, but the Nets are coming to you, and watch what happens.
What you want to do, Skip?
A couple of weeks away.
Okay. Oh, I mean, you make it seem like we
Watch
scared.
what happens.
Watch AD.
Huh?
Watch AD. Watch old Go
AD.
James.
Oh, yeah. Well, watch.
You know what old Go James do.
Yeah, they might give up 140 that night.
Who?
The Lakers.
We gonna get 146.
This is the best defense.
We gonna get 146.
Let's see.
If they give us 140, we getting 150.
So I saw an offensive juggernaut last night, down 5 with 7 minutes left.
Skip that.
Okay, down 5. The Clippers were in control. They were in control early.
Skip 7 minutes. You make it seem like you said 7 seconds.
Okay, 7 minutes left, and all of a sudden, a 13-0 run goes. And if we could please just see this 13-0 firepower go. Here we go. Kevin Durant, Nicholas Batum. You got no chance.
French toast.
Thank you. Then we
Here's
got
Nicholas Batum
Kyrie,
there.
Nicholas Batum. Oh, I got
Close on.
picked. Splash.
Look at this.
Then we got
Look at
Kyrie,
Nicholas Batum again. Great poupon. He just making a mess of the Frenchman.
Nicholas Batum. Can you stay on your feet? No.
Pate. I mean, he's cooking him. Yeah, whatever you want.
On Nicholas
What do you want?
Batum. Kaboom.
I don't know if
Batum.
French fries is for France, but that's good too.
13-0, and all of a sudden they're up 8, down 5 to up 8. I've never seen firepower like that.
No, Skip, I've never seen. Have you ever seen defense like that? Ole.
Oh, there's no Ole.
I mean,
Did you see what they did to Kawhi in the fourth quarter?
Hold on, time out.
They beat him up. They roughed him up. They got physical with him. They just alternated. Kevin would take him, then Kyrie would take him, then
Do you
James.
remember what we did to him in the bubble? The first game in the bubble, you remember what we did to him? We locked him and Paul George up. You remember what Go James did on the last possession and made Paul George airball it? Did you forget that?
You were so lucky in the bubble. You dodged the bullet that was the Clippers.
There ain't no bullet.
You were so lucky.
Skip, we the gun.
Yeah.
The bullet ain't effective without the gun. We the gun.
Look how Tom Brady gets the Super Bowl. He goes the hard way. Has to go to Washington, number 2 defense. Has to go to Drew Brees. Has to go to Aaron Rodgers. And you guys dodge the Clippers, and you get the 5 seed in the finals without its 2 best players.
Skip,
really?
He beat a guy that was taking online classes to get his engineering degree in Washington. He beat a guy that had 11 broken ribs and a punctured lung and a fractured arm.
Yeah.
And Drew Brees.
Yeah, and I needed Heineke after that game.
And then he beat Aaron Rodgers in the back of a pickup truck with a six-pack.
Not be getting as much of a home field advantage as we thought. Let me explain that next. Competition for the top players in the world. Some of the top players in the world go against each other on TV. So, Shannon, was that a finals preview last night?
I thought the Brooklyn played the Clippers. You know the preview, the Lakers.
They did.
I still believe, Skip, look, when it's all said and done, I still believe you're going to have to play defense at some point in time. You're going to have to get stops in crucial situations. I mean, I heard, boy, the Clippers got the 2 best wing defenders. Skip, what good is having the 2 best wing defenders